good to go. Oh, here's something that's a red flag. Dan, you need to know. Could I interest you in a poorly drawn walkthrough of something that you might find interesting? And
yes, let's screen share some stuff. I think we need to screen share some stuff.
Okay, like I said, this is the epitome of poorly drawn, but it kind of builds on what I was talking about. And so this is how I think about approaching it, something that we found a lot of success with for helping to make sure we're getting leverage out of our teammates. And I think this concept, well, I've been seeing that this concept actually works really well across all business types. So like I said, this is poorly drawn. This is just some scratch, but bear with me. Okay, so
but it's got arrows. It's got arrows, so I can follow.
This is an infographic, not AI generated, which is how you can tell it was me because of how poorly drawn it is. Okay, so like the challenge that you mentioned that I think all of us have as we start growing teams here is, what are my teams doing? Are they using their time well? Are they being fully leveraged, right? So this is an example of basically just 3 very simple automations that are all AI powered that work in tandem to give you really good insight into that. So we'll use the example like bookkeepers or virtual assistants. So this is actually a really common concern with anyone who's using a virtual assistant. They're harder to manage because you don't see them on a day-to-day basis. So the first little workflow here is like on a scheduled timer, send them a reminder. We're trying to make this easy. We just need to collect a couple of key pieces of information from them on like a daily basis. So the way that we frame this with my teams is a daily check down. I just ask like 4 or 5 questions. It's a couple of key reminders, like, did you respond to everyone within 1 business day? Did you check off the things on your task list? How many calls did you take today? If you're like, sales or a CSR, how many leads did you book today? Very quick, easy to fill out, but it gives you really good data on a daily basis across these members of the team, what's going on. This is also a really good time to ask, like, are you confused about anything? Is there anything that you want to flag, questions, issues? So every day, make it really easy for them. Send them a text message, WhatsApp automation that's like, click the link, fill out your form, super simple data, right? This data just pushes into a G sheet or a table, and this is where the AI comes in, okay? Similar cadence, like maybe every day at 4 p.m., your team gets pinged, like send us a quick update. And then every day at 6 p.m., your AI looks at this table and the inputs and is like, green lights, good to go, good to go, good to go. Oh, here's something that's a red flag. Dan, you need to know. So-and-so didn't submit their update today. What are they doing, right? Or so-and-so only had 3 calls today and didn't get to their 5th and 6th call that they're supposed to. Red flag. Let me push that insight up to you, right? So if it's green lights, good to go, it's still storing the data. If it's red flags, it can do a better job of surfacing those insights to you more quickly. And then the third piece here is kind of similar on a schedule. Maybe it's weekly, maybe it's twice a week. We have the AI go through and look at that table one more time holistically. What do you look for when you're looking at that data, right? Or like, are we getting the number of leads that I thought that we were going to be touching base with every week? Did anybody flag that they're having issues? Is everyone, actually completing the number of projects each week that I think that they should be completing? And this can process any kind of report that you want and send it to you. Send it to anyone on the leadership team. Coaching feedback. This is a really good one. It can kind of go through and give coaching feedback on people. But this kind of accountability mechanism has driven a lot of impact for us, especially for I mentioned managing really large teams at scale. Primarily, it drives really clear communication, which I find is a big challenge with a lot of businesses where they're like, well, so-and-so forgot, right? Or they said they didn't understand. This drives a lot of accountability, a lot of clarity, and it makes what's going on in your business black and white, if it's meeting standard or if it's not meeting standard, which means that it becomes a lot easier to make the management decisions that we all need to be making regularly. Makes it a lot easier to performance manage, takes a lot of the gray space out of it. And it's where AI shines because it's very simple, but it really just helps reduce the paper chasing and gives you a lot more visibility into what's going on.
Hey, home service heroes. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our home service happy hour content today. I sure hope you learned a little something, and I sure as heck hope that it was entertaining. If you did find it fun and entertaining, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more cool, fun, entertaining business content. And speaking of which, stay tuned. There's a little more here and a little more right here. Check it out.